Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video, we're going to do a haul video of the stuff that I found over the last few days. I just want to go over the brands and the styles of some of the stuff to show you guys what to look for when you're out there. So I found a decent amount of stuff. This haul is not going to be as big as my typical haul video, but I did want to show you guys what I found. So let's dive into it. First up, we've got a Faherty. It's a quarter zip. It's like a heavy, wouldn't say sweater. It's like a sweatshirt. Faherty is a pretty strong brand, sells pretty well. I know it's declined a bit recently, but as we get into the colder weather, I think this will still sell pretty quickly here this season. So that's a good find if you find Faherty out there for a reasonable price. Next up, we've got, and tell me in the comments if if these are no longer good. These are True Religion, and they're like an olive green. They're not anything too fancy. They've got the horseshoe pocket and the flat pocket, which people do look for. Here's the tag on the front, you'll see. And they were only $5.99, which is why I grabbed them. I didn't look up sell-through. I imagine the sell-through is okay on them, but probably like $30 to $40 on those. Next up, if anybody out there is into vintage stuff and you know exactly what this is, it's some kind of like heavy Henley, but it is a made in USA LL Bean. This is it felt like a really nice quality shirt, and I'm hoping the value, I've got to dig in a little bit deeper, but hoping the value is somewhere between like $40 and $60 on this one. I didn't pay a ton for it. What did I pay? $5.95. But definitely feel like it was worth it for that. I have a hard time passing up the vintage stuff, and I couldn't find this specific thing when I was out there looking up comps, so I just went ahead and picked it up, but I think it's a good grab. Next up, we've got some Levi's. These are the 560s. They're not the best style because people prefer the wide legs. These are more of a tapered leg, but they still do sell. The sell-through is okay on them, and they get $30 to $40. If you see the tags that look like this, you know it's going to be a 90s tag, most likely made in USA. Definitely check the tags, but these are worth picking up. Black helps them sell through a little bit better. Next up, we've got, these are Kuhl, and these are the Renegade, I believe. These ones go for about $30 to $40. Great pickup. What'd I pay? $5.99 for these. If you're not familiar, there's the Kuhl tag there. You'll almost always see the back belt loop with like the Mountain Shield logo on it. Kuhl is nice stuff. If you're not familiar, definitely grab Kuhl when you see it out there if it's a reasonable price. I find it pretty often in my area. Next up, we've got some Ariats. These are the M4s. They are my size, so, or actually no, they're too long, aren't they? Yeah, they're 34, so I'm like a 30 to a 32 length. So they're too long. These are going to get listed. $40 to $50 on Ariat. If you find the M4s out there, definitely grab them. These were $7.99, so good deal on these. I don't find them too often, but I always grab them when I do find them. So definitely be on the lookout for Ariat. If you weren't familiar, it's a great brand. Next up, we've got a Outdoor Research, and this is a hemp and organic cotton blend button-up. It looks like these go for like $35 to $40, so this was a good grab. I don't know if the tag's still on here. I'm pretty sure I paid $3.99 for this shirt, so definitely a good grab. I've mentioned it before. Outdoor Research is just a great brand overall when it comes to sell-through and price. So if you see that label on there, definitely snag it out there. Next up is Duer. These are solid jeans. I got these for $6.99, I believe. These have like a, it's almost like a fleece line. It's not quite, and I've got to look up exactly what style this is. It's obviously like a slim fitting cut, but there's some sort of like soft, almost suede feeling texture to the inside of it. If you guys can see that there. So these might be a little bit better, but typically around $40 for Duer pants, $35, $40. Great find there if you can find those out there. These are Rhone. Rhone is a great brand. I know it's declined a little bit. If you see that on the inside of it, it's a good indicator. They do have, you can see Rhone right there on the button. And it's also buried somewhere, yeah, in the inside of the pocket. So these ones are a little bit trickier sometimes to find exactly what it is. But if you do know that branding or that quote there, you'll know what it is. But these are good. These sell for like $40 to $50. Rhone pants are great. Sell-through is not the best. I think it's around 40-50% on those, but definitely worth snagging still. This is a brand new brand to me. So this is a brand called Western Rise. Sell-through was similar, I think around that same 50% mark. And these sell for $40 to $50. It's like it's a stretchy tech pant. I don't know if it's a golf brand. So I guess let me know in the comments if you've heard of Western Rise, because I never have. I've never seen them. I'll definitely look for them in the future because they're in a similar boat. 35, 40 bucks for these. Definitely a good find. And then another one. All three of these pair of pants were all like right next to each other in the same thrift. So somebody who I imagine is a golfer maybe gained some weight and donated all this stuff because it's all in like excellent brand new condition. These are Mizzen Main. Another one that's kind of inconspicuous with its branding, because as you can see, there's like nothing right there on the tag. You don't see anything on the inside really. You got this little M here, but if you look on the buttons, on the button you'll see that same M, and that's a pretty easy indicator to know it's Mizzen Main. Their pants still do pretty well. Their shirts have tanked from what I can tell. I've got quite a few in my inventory and they just sit there, but it looks like the pants still do all right. So that's a good snag out there. Those again are like 30, 40 bucks. This is American Giant. It's a men's size large. American Giant is a great brand. You know, sell-through is around 100% on their hoodies, so definitely worth grabbing if you see them. They look very simple. They don't feel that nice. It's not like a Viore where you're like, whoa, or like a Lululemon where you're like, gosh, that feels super nice. They feel, I don't know, just somewhere between a t-shirt and a hoodie, and the thickness and the weight of it is probably, you know, similar to that in between a t-shirt and a hoodie. But these are really nice, and you can see that logo there as well. These sell for like $50, and the sell-through's around 100%. I paid $4.99 for this, so that's definitely a good grab. I found this in the women's section, so you never know. Sometimes it's worth looking through the women's stuff. But yeah, that's a great pickup if you see American Giant out there. Here is the first time I have found Twillery that wasn't crazy priced up. And see right there, these are the performance fabric, and they're also brand new, as you can tell from the cuffs. These have never been worn. I've got two of them. These go for about $40 to $50. Awesome find. What did I pay? $4.99 a piece for these. So that was awesome. Every time I find these out in the wild, they've got them priced up to like $12.99, $17.99. You know, just kind of crazy where it doesn't make sense. But brand new for $4.99 definitely makes sense. You can see this one as well. Just never been worn. Perfect condition. But yeah, great find. If you see Twillery out there, it's definitely worth picking up. Next up, we've got Fox. So these are Fox like motocross pants. Size is a little small on these, I believe. Yeah, so size 30, which I don't know. Maybe that's good because I guess motocross people are probably thin and active. But these ones are decent. They sell for around $60. These are the Platinums. They're in pretty good condition. A few little scuffs, but it's typically to be expected with this type of stuff because they're out there falling in the dirt in these. And I always look it up, especially Fox. Fox is a pretty well-known, pretty reputable brand. But I always look up the motocross stuff. I found, what was it? I found Thor, which was a good one. I found another Fox that was a motocross vest with like the padded shoulders and everything. It was brand new without the tags, and I picked it up for $5. I sold it for like $257. So these ones not quite that exciting, but they're definitely nice. You know what I get these for? $7.99, I think. Yeah, $7.99. So these are worth snagging, or at least looking up when you're out there. Some of the brands don't sell through at all. I found some and looked them up, and they're just garbage. But Fox is definitely a good one to look up. Next, we've got these back-to-back. So these are not, I've never heard of this. This is Balmain Paris. And these are like a high-end designer jean. I don't really like the style or the yellow pea stains that got all over them. I'm not sure what it is. I think it looks awful. But the sell-through on these is reasonable. It's pretty low compared to what I normally grab. It's probably around 25-30%, but they sell for like anywhere from 100 to 200 plus. So they must be, you know, decent designer jeans. I got two pair. This one looks a little bit better. Same exact style, I believe, because it's got like the hook belt, or the hook attach on the fly instead of a button. But these are, yeah, I mean, I guess definitely worth grabbing. It depends on your metrics for sure. But I am willing to sit a little bit longer if it's worth, you know, $100+. I'd be willing to put it in my store for $8 if I have to sit on it for, you know, a year or something. But what I'll actually do, stuff like this, if you get it for, say you find these out there for $8 and you see the market has like the lowest sale in the last 90 days is somewhere around $80, I might just go ahead and list these at like $70, and then you probably don't have to worry about sell-through rate. The next person that finds your pair of jeans in their size is probably going to pick these up when the majority of them are listed at $150. And if I can take $7.99 and flip it into $70, so maybe $45 in profit, $50 in profit, I'll take that. That makes more sense to me than waiting a year for it. So that's likely what I'll do with these. And it is what you can do with some more high-end stuff that you notice has a slow sell-through rate. If you get it for a good price, just undercut the market on it and you'll negate the sell-through rate. You totally just skip past it. So it's a thought. It's not for everybody. Again, depends on your metrics, but I think that's going to be my strategy with those. Next up, I'd like, you know, if anybody in there knows anything about vintage Lee jackets, let me know. I know it's not the Storm Rider. It is the Lee Rider's jacket. As far as I found, it's like a Lee Western stripe, like a Lee Western jacket striped, something like that. I looked up the model number. I couldn't find the exact model number. It did kind of pinpoint me down to either late 80s or early 90s. Cool jacket. They had blue tag was on sale 50% off, so this jacket only cost me $3, and I feel like it was worth it. The back has a couple little nicks in it, but overall pretty good condition. I want to believe that this thing is worth at least like 40-50 bucks. But again, if you know anything about this jacket or what the exact style is, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to know. I'm going to keep digging in and doing a little bit more research before I list it. But I feel like that was a good grab at $3. This is Helly Hansen. So this brand, for their jackets, has a decent sell-through. I want to say somewhere around 50%. And their jackets go anywhere from $50 to $100 plus, depending on the style. And this one seems, I'll have to look up the style code, of course, but this one seems like an interesting piece. It's got the like half balaclava going on, and then what do you call that, a shawl neck or something, and then it's got the, I don't know, like the soft shell partially, and almost like a, it's not quite a fleece, I'm not sure, but cool jacket. I'm sure I'll get at least 50 bucks for it. This one was also blue tag, not marked up, so this one was also $3. So at that rate, I'm definitely going to grab it. And then what I think was the find of the haul was this. I've found quite a few vintage Cabela's jackets. This is vintage Cabela's. It's Gore-Tex. But I've never seen one that has the label that shows Sydney, Nebraska on it. Usually they say made in USA. This thing definitely looks old. I couldn't find anything to indicate dating. If there was, it may be worn off of this tag here. I'm guessing 60s, just based off of what the tag itself looks like. But I'd imagine this is worth $150 or more to the right person. I'll have to do some more research. A lot of this stuff I don't really dive in. I just kind of look at sell-through, or if it's something I know is good, I just pick it up. And then I show you guys. And then when I go to list it, I do the rest of the research to make sure I'm listing properly in price. But that's it. That's my favorite find of the week, or the last few days. But if you guys made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe. Really helps the channel grow, means a lot. And hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I'll see you next time.